Jack, are you there? I was just wondering what time you were thinking of coming home tonight.
I still don't know what time I'm gonna be able to make it back, actually, but if it's getting to be too late, then you should go to sleep before me.
You mean that you think you'll probably be working pretty late again today, then?
I don't really have choice in the matter either way. I mean, I have a job, I have to work.
I know, but I just feel like you've been coming home later and later lately. And ever since we had little Fiona, it's like you've hardly even been home at all.
Well, it's not like I don't wish that I could be home with you guys. It's just that I've been really busy with work lately.
But your company literally makes products for babies. You'd think they would be a little more understanding and give you some time off now that you're a father.
Well, I'm sure that my office would see things that way if I were a woman, but they don't give those kind of breaks to the men.
I see. Well, still, if it's possible, I would really like for you to try and come home just a little earlier. Ever since I got home from the hospital with Fiona, I just feel like I haven't gotten to get any sleep at all. I just really need your help with the baby, and that's why I want you home earlier.
And I get that, I really, really do, but I have this overtime that isn't going to do itself, and I have to stay until it's complete.
I know that you have your overtime, but I just feel like you were able to come home earlier before I had a kid is all.
Well, then, let's just chalk all of this up to bad timing on our part, okay? But the truth is that I really am busy here at work. You don't think that I don't feel bad leaving you and Fiona all alone at home and not being able to help out any around the house? Besides, you need to start carrying a bit more of your weight around the house anyways. I mean, sometimes I feel like you barely put any effort into making me breakfast and packing my lunch. I know that you're really busy with the kid and all, but it's not like you shouldn't have time to still be a good wife to me.
Jack, have you even read a single message that I've sent to you? I don't have any time to myself at all, and I'm never running on more than 4 hours of sleep if I'm lucky. Besides, it's not like I can just nap whenever I want while you're gone. Fiona is always keeping me up.
Okay, but the fact of the matter is that you get to stay home all day with the baby while I have to go out and work for a living. So maybe you could try seeing things from my perspective too, okay?
Jack, are you being serious right now? All I'm doing is asking for a little help around the house is all. Besides, Fiona is your child too. You understand that we both have to take care of her, right?
Of course I understand that, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to just let you dump all of the work of doing that onto me. I mean, she's not even a month old. How much crying can something her age really even do?
Jack, you're not getting it. I literally haven't even gotten to recover from when I had her.
Well, okay then. Just have a juice or some kind of smoothie or something and you'll be just fine. Just eat some vitamins or something, you know?
Jack, I know that you can't be serious about that, right?
I'm only suggesting what any logical person would suggest to you. Why are you always trying to argue with me over every little thing?
I just need to spend a little more time with Fiona so that I can catch up on all my rest is all. Even just the weekend would help me out enormously. I'm just asking you for this one small thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying here. Your plan is to have me work every day of the week just so I can spend my weekends at home with the kid?
That's not what I'm saying at all. Why are you being like this to me?
Why are you being like this to me, Mary? I mean, when am I supposed to get any rest of my own if I do that?
But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like I get any rest as things are right now.
You can't say that. You literally spend all day at home. Do you really think that you have a tougher time taking care of a little kid than I do working in the office?
I don't know why you have to try and compare the two. They're just different kinds of work.
I can't believe that it's already gotten this late. Look, I'm probably not going to need dinner tonight, but you better make me something good for breakfast tomorrow. I really am getting sick of just buttered toast. You really need to step your game up.
Hey, Jack, are you there? I was just wondering if I could ask you to watch over Fiona today.
No, that isn't gonna happen. I really don't feel like being stuck indoors all day. In fact, the whole reason I don't want to be at home is because of that little brat. I mean, really, why did you have to change her diaper at the table while I was eating? Do you have any idea how nasty that is?
What are you talking about, Jack? I took Fiona into the other room to change her like I always do.
Okay, well, I could still see it from the corner of my eye because you left the door open. Honestly, what in the world were you thinking doing it like that? Do you have any idea how much that little brat stunk up the place? I completely lost all of my appetite right then and there.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Jack. I want you to know that that wasn't what I was trying to do by doing that at all.
Well, I'm just getting sick of this. I feel like it happens more and more, and you don't care at all about even trying to maintain any decorum around the house anymore. Not only that, but man, can that kid just really cry. Is it normal for girls her age to cry like that? It's just really non-stop.
Well, I think she just cries when she's frustrated or hungry or tired. It's the only way she knows how to communicate.
I really don't think that it's normal for a baby to be crying like that at all. I mean, I know friends with babies and they're not crying all the time like Fiona is. Typically, they're just asleep or staring off into space thinking of whatever it is babies think of.
I know your friends who have babies, and they're already a fair bit older than Fiona is, aren't they? Besides, you're not at home all of the time, and you miss when Fiona is just a quiet and happy baby. You really barely even know your infant daughter at all when you think about it.
I really don't know about this. I mean, are we sure that there's nothing wrong with the girl? Like, mentally, that is? Like, do we think she might have a defect?
I can't believe that you're even asking that, Jack. What has gotten into you? How could you say that?
I'm just saying that I don't think it's normal for a baby to be crying while I'm leaving for work and still be crying when I get home is all. I don't know what's going on, but that little thing is keeping me up all night, and you need to do something about it. Are you really telling me you think that's normal behavior?
I think that all parents feel this kind of frustration with their babies. But I think that we just have to get through this phase and wait for Fiona to grow up a little.
You don't know what you're talking about at all. I was talking to my mom about this, and she said that I never, ever used to cry as a child. Even when she would take me to the doctor, she said I wouldn't. And maybe that's what we should do. We need to take Fiona to a doctor. I think we need to have her examined so that we can find a way to make her stop crying so much.
Jack, please, this is a newborn that we're talking about. She's not even 6 months old. It is literally just that she has no other tools except her crying and screaming to try and express what she wants.
Well, I think that sounds like a problem with the baby. It needs to learn that you can't just demand things by crying all the time. I mean, do you really think that you've been a good mother letting your baby cry like this all of the time? You really don't think that you're not doing enough?
How could you say that about me? Why are you always trying to spin this around on me? I am doing my best, and it's still just never enough for you.
Well, you could try your best all you want, but if it's not showing any results, then I really don't see the point at all. And ever since we had that baby, the house has just become a huge mess. I mean, really, what do you even do at home all day? The least you could do is try and pick up after yourself if you're not going to do anything about Fiona's crying.
That's just how difficult it is to raise a child all by yourself when you're never, ever at home. You think I don't realize just how messy our place has gotten? Of course I have. I just don't have the time or energy to do anything about it.
Well, then it sounds to me like you're the one who needs to do better around here. I mean, how much trouble can a little baby even get in that you can't do anything else? If you can't make the baby stop crying and you can't keep the house clean and you can't cook well for me, then what's even the point of you?
I don't understand how you can say that. I'm trying to tell you about how difficult it is, and it's like you don't even want to hear the truth.
What I want to hear is you stop coming up with excuses and start to actually take care of our daughter. I'm the one who goes to work, you're the one who takes care of the kids. It's that simple. But if you can't even do any of that, then why should I bother going to work to take care of you both?
Please, Jack, you know that I think you do plenty for us. It's not like I don't know how hard you work.
Well, I really don't think that you do understand at all, actually. And I think that if you did understand, then you'd show your gratitude by doing a better job around the house.
I get that you think child rearing isn't a real job compared to the work you do, but it is.
Man, You are really just so obnoxious, do you know that? Look, the point is just don't ever change her diapers near me again, do you understand? And especially not while I'm eating. And quit doing it in our bedroom as well. I hate walking into where I'm gonna sleep and having it smell like that.
So you want me to try and figure out how to do it in the bedroom? Or should I just do it in the sink?
Honestly, you shouldn't even be doing it while I'm in the house at all. You understand me?
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious about that. I shouldn't change our baby's diapers while you're in the house?
I mean, it's not like I'm even at home all that much. You can just change it all you want while I'm away and then wait a little bit while I'm at home.
Jack, not only is that just disgusting to even suggest, it's also just unsanitary for our baby. Besides, do you really think that our daughter wants to just be sitting in her own mess for hours at a time?
I think that she's a baby and she really doesn't know what the difference would even be and won't even remember it growing up.
And that's all that matters? As long as she doesn't remember how we treated her, we can do whatever? I'm sorry, but that is not how I am going to raise my daughter, and that is final.
How dare you talk back to me like that when you can't even figure out how to make that baby stop crying? Just remember that I'm the one who puts this roof over your head and you're only able to stay at home all day taking care of that kid because of me. Hello, Mr. Todd. I was just messaging because I saw that I had some missed calls from you. Did you want to speak to me about something? Was there some kind of mistake that you needed me to address? I just want to know one thing, Jack. Where are you right now? Well, I was actually just about to hop in the shower for a little bit, but I have time to talk. I see. Well, I'm so sorry to interrupt your leisure time, but I'm afraid I need you to come into the office right away. You want me to go back to work right now, boss? I'm sorry, did I do something wrong? Is this something that I can only do at the office? It's just that it's already pretty late at night here, and I was kinda hoping to go to bed soon. Are you sure this can't wait until tomorrow? No, this is an emergency, and I need you here at the office right now. I know about how you kicked your wife and child out of your own home. In fact, that's actually exactly what I want to talk to you about. I just wanted to let you know that the company president is furious at you. Wait a second, the company president is the one who's wanting to speak to me because he's upset? I'm sorry, I'm just really a little bit confused right now. What are you talking about? What's going on right now? That's actually exactly what all of us here at the office want to know right now. The company president is asking just why he ran into your wife and child on the street. He agreed to take them in for the time being, but he wants to know why your wife was walking outside without a coat or even her phone on her. What do you have to say for yourself? What makes you think any of this is right? Wait, no, you don't understand. You see, the thing is that my wife and I got into a little fight is all. It was nothing serious, though. You mean that you got into a fight with your wife and your solution was to throw her and your child out of there? Do you have any idea just how cold it is outside right now? Your wife tells us that this baby isn't even all that old. She says that she had her less than a month ago. Is that really true, Jack? Yes, you're right. I shouldn't have reacted the way that I did, and it really was just a momentary lapse of judgment that I regret horribly. So then you admit that you've done something awful by throwing your wife and kid out like this, right? And yet when I text you asking about where you are, you're not even out looking for them? You just wanted to have a shower and go to bed instead? You're right. I really don't know what I was thinking at all. Thank you so much for helping me realize what a fool I've been this entire time. I really didn't realize how bad my actions were until now. Let's get something straight. You work at a company that makes goods for new mothers and babies. You realize that, right? Don't you think that it should have crossed your mind once to think about things from your wife's perspective? Did you even spend a second trying to empathize with what it is that your wife might be going through right now? I really am so sorry about all of this. I never meant to cause my wife any trouble or pain, and I certainly didn't want to get you or the company president involved in this either. Well, it's all a bit too late for that now because the company president wants to have a word with you, so you better get down to the office right this moment. Of course, I'll be right there. Let me just change and get into my car, and I should be there soon, okay? And I just want you to know that there will be consequences for what you've done and how you've treated your family. If this got out, it could have really hurt our corporate image, and for that you are going to be punished. Mary, don't you think it's finally time that you come on home? I mean, you've already been away for a whole week and haven't even let me see Fiona once that whole time. Do you really think it's fair for you to do this to me? She's my daughter too, you know. You can't just keep her from me like this.
I already told you that I am never, ever going to be coming back to that house again.
I know, but it's already been a week since you said that. Don't you think that you're just being a little cruel with all of this right now? Can't we just talk this all out like adults?
Nothing you can say is ever going to change my mind about this. I tried talking to you about all that was frustrating me, and you refused to listen.
I know, and I really am so sorry about that, but I just couldn't understand what you were trying to tell me. I'm sorry that I wasn't more understanding for what you were going through. But I want you to know that I talked a lot with my boss about all of this, and since then I've been able to learn a lot about what it's like to be a new parent and take care of a child on your own. I think that I'm finally starting to understand just how difficult the things I was putting you through really were.
Well, I am just so happy that you went to 1 or 2 little seminars and now you think you know what it is that I've been going through. But don't you think it's just a little funny that you wouldn't take my word for it? You had to have your own male boss sit you down and explain to you how hard I have it.
Mary, please, why are you being like this? I'm only trying to tell you where I was approaching this from. There's no need to talk to me like that. I promise that from here on out, I'm going to be helping you a lot more.
Help me? You're going to help me? Did you even learn anything at all from any of the whatever classes you went to? You're not going to help me with anything. We are parents. We're supposed to be doing this together as equals.
Oh, come on, you know what I meant. You don't have to be so pedantic about all of this. So I used the wrong words. The meaning is still there. You know it is.
I know that after I had our daughter, you spent more and more time out of the house and left taking care of her to me. I know that you complained any time you were home about any of the normal baby things that Fiona would do, and you even wanted to have her checked by a doctor. You never spent any time raising our daughter with me, and yet you had the gall to try and tell me what I was doing right and wrong. And on top of all that, you even told me that I shouldn't even change her diapers while you were at home. Honestly, I want some of whatever you were on while you thought that was okay to say to me.
Mary, I really am so sorry about this. I want you to know how honest I am about that. I really am so sorry. I never wanted things to go this far.
But that's not even all that you did. You lied to me about all of the overtime that you said you were away from home to do. I know that your work offers you paternity leave, but that you didn't bother taking it because you didn't even want to be around Fiona and I after she was born. And I know that instead, after you got off work at your usual time, you would just go out drinking or doing who knows what until late into the night. Do you really think that I would ever, in a million years, forgive you for all that you put me through? The way that you lied to me?
Please, Mary, just try and think about it from my perspective. I'm so tired from work and then to have to go home and take care of a child.
Then why didn't you just take the paternity leave that your job offers you? It was there for you to take with no issues at all.
I didn't want the guys to think that I was some kind of wimp for wanting to take the leave to be with my wife and kid and all.
Please tell me that that high school-ass reason is not the actual reason why you didn't take the time off that your job literally gives you for free. Are you really trying to tell me that the reason you weren't home helping me raise our child is because you were trying to look cool for some people from your work? Well, at least now I know that I won't ever regret the divorce that you and I are going to be getting.
Wait a second, a divorce? What do you mean? You're not really going to leave me, are you? I don't want you to leave me.
Oh, really? Because you were more than happy to be out of the house and avoid your family while I was doing all of the work. Why do you want to keep your family together if you don't even want to spend any time with them in the first place?
Please, you have to know how happy I was when you had Fiona. It was the happiest day of my life.
Oh, really? Because if that were true, then I think you might have been able to put just a little bit of work into being a father for her. But you never even raised a finger to do anything for Fiona at all. Did you think that being a father was just being there for the happy moments, the exciting moments, the quiet moments? Is that what you thought fatherhood was going to be like?
Please, you know how busy I've been with work. Of course I know there would be harder times, but I just am so tired after coming home.
And I have barely gotten a wink of sleep at all since I came home from the hospital with our daughter. You never cared once about either of us. You just put all the housework and child rearing and cooking and cleaning and laundry and budgeting and everything onto me. Well, I hope you're happy, because all of this happening right now is a direct result of the way that you've been treating me. Got it?
But, I thought that you'd be fine taking care of the kid.
Are you illiterate? Are you blind? Are you just not reading what I sent to you? You know, I can't do this anymore. If you're just going to beg me to take you back, then I'll tell you that you aren't going to hear from me again until my lawyer decides to contact you about the divorce details. Until then, I don't want to have to hear from you, think about you, or deal with you at all. After that, I was referred to a divorce lawyer by Mr. Todd, Jack's supervisor, who I had been in contact with since getting picked up by the company president on the night that Jack threw Fiona and I out. I was glad that I was able to end things with Jack and take full custody of my daughter, but I can never forget the hardship he put me through. After the divorce and splitting our assets, I sued Jack for endangering our child and forced him to pay a hefty sum, which I used to move Fiona and I closer to my parents with. The last thing I heard about Jack was that he was so ashamed of all the rumors flying around about him at work that he ended up quitting in disgrace. I don't know what happened to him after that, but good riddance, I say. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.